Hey everybody, this is Kevin with Leading Edge Financial Planning, and today we're going to talk about you make a ton of money, where does it all go? This is one of the most common dynamics that we see with clients. We work with a lot of clients that make more than $150,000, $200,000 a year and are striving for retirement. And so this is very common for people to come to us and say, hey, we make a great living. We don't know where our money goes. We make a great living, but if I stop working tomorrow, we're in trouble. And so, what are the steps that you can take to reverse the course? Well, before we get to those steps, let's talk about the dynamics that go on with many people that become high income. So, the first dynamic is usually that people go and get an education. Okay, now I'm not saying that you can't get rich by not going to college. There's many examples of that. It depends on what your talents are. But the statistics show that people that do go to college and do get higher degrees do make a higher income. So many of you have gone to college for 8 years, for 12 years. And so this is a huge part of the dynamic is that during this time period, your friends are having fun. During this time period, your friends might be going on vacation. You're seeing them in all places around the globe on social media, and you're saying, I'm broke. And so during this time period, you are deprived really financially. As a matter of fact, you might even be running up debt during this time period. But this is a big part of it is that you're delaying your gratification. So phase number two, when you actually get to, okay, now we're making a high income. Okay, it might not happen in a year, but a few years down the line, now we're making high income. We deserve to have good things. And so I'm not judging the word deserve. I'm saying that that's a big part of the dynamic because you went to college all those years. You were deprived. So, yes, you deserve it. And this is a wonderful phase. People talk about the euphoric phase of when they first start making a good income. It's like, I can't believe we're making so much money. I never thought I would be making and then name the certain amount of money that you're making. We hear that all the time from people. And so it's an exciting time period. But like most things in life, this time period does come to an end sometime. Okay, now some people just stay on this path of, I'm just going to keep making the money and living my lifestyle. I'm not going to worry about it. When I get to the future will take care of itself. But many people on that path eventually say, oh my gosh, making a tremendous income, there is a tremendous responsibility with this income. I don't want to waste it. I don't want it to go all the way. I don't want to like all of a sudden have to quit working and then my lifestyle suffers. So there is a tremendous responsibility that comes with making a high income. Okay, so that's the phase where many people will finally say, Houston, we have a problem. We need to figure something out here. We can't keep going on this path. And so that probably is the point where change can happen. And so it's all about behaviors and it's all about action steps. And now I'm going to tell you some of the action steps that you should take. So the first action step is to say, what am I spending my money on? Now, at this point, we're not saying to judge it. We believe to track the spending, but not think too much about it right now. Just track it. And we have Leading Edge Financial Planning. We have software to track it, but you can use apps. But set something up to start tracking it. You at least need to know sometime in the future where your money is going if you're going to make a change. So that's step number one. Step number two is to get started. Now, it seems a little crazy to start with action when you don't even know what's going on. But what we have found over the years is that when clients come in and they immediately start saving little bits of money, it can't be a lot, but maybe $100 or $200 or $300, putting it in different accounts. I'm not going to get into the different types of accounts, but just start getting little bits of money out of your bank account. You see, if you have tons of money in your bank account, it's very easy to spend. But start naming some dollars, paying yourself first, if you will. Get started immediately on that. That's something that a lot of people miss. They think we got to go through the whole plan and then we can decide what to start, how we can save our money. But get started on that. And then phase three, that's to value what you spend your money on. Okay. to start thinking about what are your values. When you spend money on education, is that something you really value? Is spending money on a car something you value? Vacations, and we're not here to judge as financial planners. People think that we don't want people to spend money. We do. I mean, the reason why you make your money, the reason why you save your money for the future is to spend your money in the future. But what do you really value? Because if you don't go through the exercise of figuring out what you value, what we know is that anyone can spend every single cent they have. People that win the lottery, many of them become bankrupt. Many athletes become bankrupt. Doesn't matter how much money you make, you can always spend all your money. So figuring out what are the things that actually bring some contentment to your life. What are the things that are going to help you get ahead? What are the things you value? And we're still not saying cut the spending in the other areas at this point, but we want to understand what you value. And then finally, what are your goals for the future? Okay, one of the things that again, we've seen is a lot of people, they're making a great living, but they're saying, I'm going to worry about tomorrow. I have enough money to do the things I want to do. I'm going to worry about it tomorrow. By actually saying, what are your goals, and putting some dollars down and saying, these are what we want in the future, you can start to paint a really vivid picture of a greater future. And at that point, after you paint the vivid picture of the future, we're very visual. At that point, then you can say, all right, what are some of the things that we may want to cut out? Or if you start to make more money, if you get a raise, like you put 2.5% towards spending more money and 2.5% towards saving and investing. And so at this point, this is the real point for tremendous action now. This is where you start to say, and you don't have to do it all at once, but how are we going to now achieve our wealth goals? And by the way, what is wealth? Well, wealth is the amount of money that when you make it, you no longer have to work. Okay, you can work, but you no longer have to. When you have a certain amount of money, you're wealthy, you no longer have to go to your job during the day. So we're happy to help at Leading Edge Financial Planning. Please like this video, and if you have any comments, questions, thoughts, if you agree or disagree, especially if you agree though, please leave some comments. Thanks so much for watching.